In today's video, I want to talk about the toughest challenge of living with fibromyalgia. If you're not familiar with fibromyalgia, it's a chronic pain condition that is a musculoskeletal word pain, a spread pain condition, which comes with other numerous symptoms. So the reason why I wanted to visit this topic is just to as a review of what the challenges have been in my life, and you may resonate with this if you are a fibro warrior or somebody who also has seen somebody go through fibromyalgia. As it's an invisible illness, it's very difficult to actually know how a person is feeling unless if they're able to articulate it and let you know themselves. The reason why I also like to talk about fibromyalgia, it's because it's something that's impacted me, but it's also beyond me. I like to also raise awareness about the condition and also to talk about overcoming mindset challenges and to share my lessons learned, just in case if you are going through this experience and if you feel like you're alone or if you feel like you're stuck and you're not going to be able to overcome some of the challenges. So before I go ahead, if you're coming across my video for the very first time, my name is Chiko Matenda, and I am a lifestyle business mentor as well as a digital marketing strategist. Aside from that, I have like numerous hobbies such as vlogging, blogging, traveling. I'm obsessed with that. And as a result of being diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2016, I've had to learn new ways of navigating the world. So I'll go back to the original topic, and please keep in mind that I am not a specialist, a medical specialist. So always seek guidance from your medical professional as the first point of call. The challenges for me that I can think and reflect back, and do keep in mind that I also forget words sometimes. So if I'm coming up with and so's, that's the reason why, and that's part of the condition and part of my new makeup now. The first challenge was coming to terms with the condition and accepting that this was the new me. Reason being was that I had always been used to a fast-paced lifestyle and also doing things at free will. So when my body, I would say my body and mind started to challenge me in terms of being critically in pain and also feeling very fatigued, hit by brain fog, which can also impact you due to weather changes or other factors in life. That's what brain fog is. It's just like it feels like somebody has hit you over the head with like a hammer, and your memory, your cognitive functioning sometimes becomes a challenge. And the fact that I also couldn't, it felt like, although it was a build up to my condition, it felt like one day I woke up and then I woke up and I was sick and never recovered. That's the way it felt. So that it became very difficult to come to terms with that. The second challenge, I would say, was the grieving. So grieving a loss of me and the person that I used to be, learning to adapt to a slower paced life, which wasn't me, and wishing I could revert back to the person who was the jogger, who was the person who was proactive, and to be able to go out spontaneously at free will. Those were things that I couldn't do. Most of the days I was bedridden. I was in critical, because I had reached that stage even during my career where people were looking at me thinking, my goodness, you look ghost-like, you look like you've got the flu. This is what happened to me externally that people could see, and it motivated me to live my career. And I knew then that in order to overcome whatever was coming my way, I needed to slow down. And I learned a lot through other people who had experienced this condition once I got the diagnosis. So did number 3, did knowing the diagnosis make things better? Yes and no. Yes, because I could then start to learn ways on how to cope with living with fibromyalgia. The no part was knowing that I was stuck with something that I couldn't get rid of. Okay, so that was my challenge. Then number 4, thinking about it, is isolation and feeling alone in the world. It's beyond one's control. That's the only way I can explain it. Your world starts to change. You become isolated, although you're amongst a lot of people, because you're experiencing something that sometimes you really can't describe, and nobody can ever get close to knowing what it feels like apart from the people who experience similar symptoms, although we're different individuals. So what helped me was being like in a group for a year, also having like a psychologist, occupational therapist, integrated medical care helped me learn to accept and to adjust to living with the condition, and to learn how to slow down as well. So the challenge, I think what I'll end off with that I can reflect on 2 years in, over 2 years of living this condition, is the unpredictability of the condition, although it is predictable in some cases. So the unpredictability is every day I woke up thinking I was well in the beginning, and I was, in my mind, I was the jogger. I could go jogging, but I couldn't when I woke up to my reality. So some days you wake up and psychologically you feel like, oh, I'm okay today. I can do the most that I can. And you overdo things to only be hit back with the reality that your life is not the same as it used to be. You're still sick, you're not well. So you're never fully well. There's always something going on, whether it be you feel like very drained, your legs are very weak and lethargic, you wake up feeling stiff. Your memory, then predictability, is that you may feel like you've got to grips with your mind, is that the weather could change. Like today it's very cloudy then it's beyond your control, because then you develop brain fog and your thought process is different and you're forgetting things, and that in itself becomes a challenge. So how I can end this off is, I've listed a lot of things which are challenges, which is the acceptance, the isolation, and also how the condition feels. I may not have covered everything. And ultimately, what I want you to know as closing off is that although I am presenting that I've experienced a lot of challenges, and I continue to experience a lot of challenges, one of the things that I've learned is how to slow down, how to manage the pain so that I'm not overdoing things. And I'm at a stage now where I've accepted the condition and accepted that there's no cure. The reason I chose to do that was not easy. Is because when you embrace something, then you learn ways on how you can learn how to heal. Okay, so that's the way I've embraced it. Other people choose to embrace it in a different way. So I'm still continuing to go on my healing process. And I have learned that mindset is the toughest challenge. And it's also something that you can take control over, so that you can have, you can continue to still have a good life, although it presents itself in a different way because you never feel well, but you can still continue to have some form of normality where you take back control. So the mindset is the days that you feel challenged, still challenge yourself to some level to show up the best way you can in the world at your own pace, not at anybody else's pace. So right now, I'll give you an example. I'm focusing on my physical well-being. I am challenged cognitively for the past 3 days to wake up as I would normally, because my brain I've got brain fog, although I look well. It takes me a long time to build up to the stage where I'm able to physically have this alertness and to be present. So I accept that it's going to be at a slow pace. And when I'm ready, then I encourage myself to go out for a walk, because it's healthier to have a balance. So it might not be every day, but it's to look at mechanisms that you can do for yourself. So even if it's you're bedridden, Can you do small, medium, low pace exercises such as stretching to help you connect with your mind so that you balance off or you minimize this feeling of sadness and also feeling isolated or lonely, to have a healthier balance. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Okay, so it's about balancing the mindset with the physical so that you can have a semi-balanced lifestyle. So that's where I'll leave it for today. I will discuss more about it. If there's anything that came up for you, I hope you could resonate and you found some of what I've discussed valuable. If you've got any questions, do leave a comment below, and remember to subscribe. I talk about this because you might be in a position where you've had to leave your job and you're feeling like there's no other way to make a living or have a new lifestyle. So I'm here to let you know that I'm putting this video on my YouTube. I talk about lifestyle business and digital marketing and internet marketing. These are new things that I've learned as a result of developing this condition. So I knew that I needed to slow down, learn other ways to earn an income in order to continue looking after my well-being. So there's other ways that you can learn to have a different lifestyle where you don't have to make yourself critically ill, force yourself to be doing something that's against your healing process, your body and your mind, to the detriment of your health. Your health is very essential. I'll leave it here for today. Bye for me for now. Until next time.